Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Working Trader, where we look at the Euro USD and GBP USD to come up with trade ideas for the day, if there are any. So let's jump right into it. Looking at the news. So today we have GDP on the pound and, well, unemployment claims, but pretty much that means there's nothing on the USD today. So yesterday we had NFP. That was the big news, and then tomorrow we have CPI. Okay, for the US. So looking at the chart at what happened yesterday. Okay, so starting with the Euro USD. So starting with the Euro USD, this is what we have. This is the structure we have. Okay, we are bullish. Okay, swing and internal are bullish, and then we are in a pullback, or we were in a pullback. We mitigated this demand inside the discount of the swing range, and then we had a reaction. Okay, and we've mitigated this supply, which is a fractal supply, which is in premium, and we've had a reaction again. Okay, and we're also having a reaction. So in terms of any other demand zones, so right there we had a change of character, right, or a continuation of the bearish internal trend, and then right there we had a change of character, bullish. So this gives us a new demand area to look at. Okay, and then looking at the 4-hour, price mitigated this 4-hour supply that is nested in this daily demand, in this daily supply, and we've had a strong push down. Okay, we've had a strong push down and then a reaction. So obviously this was due to NFP. Okay, that was due to NFP, and then we've had a reaction right there. So on the 4-hour, in terms of structure, pretty much we're bullish swing, bullish internal, and then we've been in this pullback phase. Okay, and then sub internal switched bullish. Okay, and then we've mitigated this and we've added reaction. So now from this point, it's not quite as clear whether price is looking to continue or this could just be a range that price will be stuck in until CPI, and then push upwards. Okay, so what we have though is we have resting liquidity up there, is we have almost a triple top. Okay, so price could come up, liquidate that, right, and then go lower, or it could start by going lower. Okay, maybe liquidate this low, right, and then go for these triple highs right there. And then remember, we have trend line liquidity as well on this side. So once price starts pushing up, it's likely that all these areas will fail, and then we have a weak swing high as well. All right, so all those are confluences for why price, when it starts to go bullish, it may not stop. Okay, and then looking at the 1 hour, so on the 1 hour it's clear. Okay, so we do have our trend line liquidity for there, and right now we've just engineered there's triple tops. Okay, so that's resting liquidity up there as well, and then we mitigated this 4-hour supply, sell to buy range. Okay, and then that's when we had this reaction. Okay, however, because we've had a internal, so even valid. Okay, let me see. So this is our high. Okay, so we now have a change of character bearish. Okay, we now have a change of character bearish. So this structure is not really relevant up there. So we are bullish internal. Okay, and all of this is just price pulling back. Okay, into discount of this range. Okay, this is the range. This is the internal bullish range. Okay, and then price will come into discount. Okay, so maybe it may come all the way down here, who knows. Okay, or it may just come down to just sweep this, right, mitigate that, and then be on its way up. Okay, to take out this resting liquidity up there and this resting liquidity up here as well, and then possibly go for the week, 4-hour and daily swing high. Okay, on the 1 hour the swing trend is bearish, so our swing structure is bearish, but our internal is bullish. Okay, so for now I may be looking for, well, I may be willing to look for shorts, right, intraday on lower time frames, possibly to sweep this low. Okay, and then look for longs from there. Okay, but otherwise the highest probability trades would be to trade in line with the higher time frames. So daily swing and internal are bullish, 4-hour swing and internal are bullish, 1-hour internal is bullish, 1-hour swing is bearish. Okay, so everything else is bullish, so we stick with the bullish trend. Okay, we stick with the bullish trend. So this is now my week internal high. I'm gonna pull it like that, and that's it. Okay, so obviously we're gonna expect deeper mitigation of this zone, so that means this area is gonna go, and then we have a deeper mitigation, possibly to mitigate this demand. Okay, and then maybe that's when we get a reaction. Okay, to target this resting liquidity up here, or to target this weak internal high. Okay, so that's for the euro dollar. And then looking at the pound, pretty similar. We broke structure to the upside, internal and swing are bullish. Okay, and then we entered this pullback phase. For the internal range, we mitigated, or we got into the discount of the internal range, and then we had this strong reaction. However, we failed to eliminate this area of supply, fractal supply. Okay, failed to eliminate this fractal supply. We've reacted to fractal supply, and now we are a bit bearish. Okay, so who knows, we could be continuing maybe towards the equilibrium EQ of the swing range. Okay, it's a possibility. So looking at the 4-hour, 4-hour swing is bullish. Okay, this was our last swing break of structure, but internal we are bearish. Okay, this is our swing range, our internal range. So internal range, we're bearish. We've got a liquidity sweep right over there. So assuming or anticipating that the internal range will continue, price went on to mitigate the extreme of the range and then shifted bearish again. Okay, so our internal structure shifted bearish again, okay, after a sweep of these highs. So now we can expect, okay, we can expect possibly price to continue lower, maybe to take out this weak low, okay, is a possibility, or price could just come into the discount of this range again, sweep these lows, have a reaction, and who knows, maybe continue bullish. Okay, but the way I'm looking at it right now is for the pound, we are currently bearish because our internal range is bearish. Okay, this is our strong internal high, this is our weak internal low. We swept liquidity, right? We had a strong bearish engulfing candle, and then fractal structure is breaking to the downside. Okay, now another thing to be cautious of is the fact that we of course mitigated discount of the range, of the swing range. Now ideally we would have wanted to see supply fail, all right, for us to know that we are now switching bullish strongly. But because this supply is still holding and it's actually gone on to make a lower low, okay, so we may still have to see price, maybe expect to see price continue lower, maybe towards this week internal low. Okay, so that could happen today, all right, and then in anticipation, because today we have GDP, so that could just push price lower, or that could just allow price to just come down and sweep these lows and then switch, bullish. Anything is possible. So what we're doing now is we just have to anticipate based on areas of liquidity, okay, areas of resting liquidity and weak structure. Okay, so we have weak structure down here, so it is possible that price could then come in and eliminate this weak internal low. This has already been mitigated right here, so this could fail, and then price could then come down to mitigate this this demand in this area, okay, before looking to continue with the bullish swing trend. So looking at the 1 hour, this is what we have. We mitigated the extreme. Okay, so 1 hour swing, 1 hour internal is bearish. Okay, this has been our internal trend, our internal range, sorry, is bearish. This was a pullback. We took out resting liquidity up there, strong sweep, break of structure to the downside. Now price is continuing bearish. We've also seen demand fail. Okay, so demand has been eliminated. Now obviously we have this demand area as well, but this is, I see this as resting liquidity, so we expect this to fail, and then maybe if that fails, then we have a bit of a reaction, bullish. Okay, so on lower time frames, you could be looking for shorts towards this low, and then once that low is taken, if you have any confirmation down there on the lower time frames, then you could be looking to take some quick longs as well, okay, as a reaction from the liquidity that will be taken from down there. Okay, so this is it, really. This is it. So we have our internal is bearish. Okay, our internal is bearish, and we have realigned. Okay, price has realigned after this sweep, and then we have a break of our sub internal structure. Okay, so now everything is bearish. So and then seeing failure of demand zones or demand areas. So with that, expectation is that price will continue bearish, most likely towards this low. If this low fails, and we don't get a strong reaction, okay, then we might be going low to take out these lows, and then maybe target this extreme. Okay, target this extreme, maybe get a reaction, but because this is a weak low as well, so that could be eliminated as well. Okay, so potentially there's room for price to continue going down. Okay, but as well, we could just sweep these lows and then continue the daily swing trend and daily internal trend. Okay, so that's my analysis for today. Please feel free to leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification if you want to be alerted uh, when I post a new video every day, every weekday. Okay, so other than that, have a good day, and Working Trader out.